After speaking with thousands of people online, helping multiple clients, and also hosting a community of over 300 men who are trying to build muscle but have struggled to do so in the past, and also been in this situation myself, I have been able to boil down why you're eating loads but staying skinny to three main components. The first big no-no that is holding a lot of people back from gaining weight and eating loads but staying skinny is guesstimation. Oh, I feel like I've eaten this. I feel full, so I know I've eaten enough today. How do you know that? How you're feeling or what you think you've eaten today without 100% knowing is not going to help you build muscle, and is most likely why you are still skinny. We need to give our body more calories than the amount that has left our body, and that is how you gain weight, not based on how full you feel or what you think this meal consisted of. That is where a lot of people fall into the trap, because it can feel like you've eaten in a calorie surplus, but in reality you may be 1,000 calories off. Or just because a meal is large in size, or just because you feel full, it doesn't matter. If you haven't eaten the calories, you're gonna stay skinny and you're not gonna gain weight. It's as simple as that. So what do you need to do? You need to make sure you know your numbers. So you need to make sure you track your calories. You need to make sure you know what you're having all the time, so you can be 100% sure that you are eating in this calorie surplus number every day. So if you're eating loads but staying skinny and you're not sure on how many calories you're eating every day, that is one thing that you need to make sure you know. The second thing that is holding a lot of men back is because your consistency of eating is shit. You're not consistent with your calorie surplus every day. How do you expect a business to grow if you don't sit at your desk every day? How do you expect to become good at something if you don't show up all the time? You need to give your body a reason to change. Our body is built and optimized to function in a state of homeostasis as much as it possibly can. And that means stay comfortable, stay the same, and nothing's different, and staying still, not making changes. But you're obviously trying to force your body to adapt and to change by eating in a calorie surplus, wanting to gain weight and wanting to build muscle. And if you're not giving your body a consistent enough reason to do so, then it is not going to adapt and make changes. So you need to make sure that you are consistent with your calorie surplus every day. If you are struggling to do so, then what I would recommend is stepping back and focusing on consistency of meals rather than consistency of calorie consumption, because it's through eating our meals that we consume our calories. So if you're not consistent with that, then focus on that first, don't care about the calories, and then once you're consistent with the amount of meals you eat, then you can increase the calories and focus on tracking your calories, eating in a calorie surplus every day, because it will be much easier to do so. Because if you have one day of good eating and then maybe one day of bad eating, all you're doing is taking one step forward and two steps back. You're just going in this never-ending circle and you're not going to get anywhere. And the final fault that a lot of men are making, which is keeping them skinny despite eating loads, is eating the wrong foods. I could give you a portion of this food and a portion of this food, and this portion of food could be double the size of this one. However, this one has double the calories compared to this one. If you're filling yourself up on low calorie food, then you're not going to help yourself. Loads of people think about eating in a calorie surplus and bulking and trying to build muscle like, oh, eat big to get big. But if you eat as little as possible, then it's going to be a lot easier to get big, because you're still going to have room for more food later. Why would you try and eat 5 meals of this massive portion of whatever it is, maybe salad or whatever every day, compared to if you could have, pesto pasta and meatballs, which is double the calories, less volume, and it's going to be so much easier to eat, and you can eat more of it, which is going to help you eat a calorie surplus. You need to be efficient with the food you're eating. And another great example, I could give you one protein shake here, and I could give you one protein shake here. Same amount of milk, same amount of protein powder, same banana, but one could be 300 calories and one could be 850 calories because of the difference in the protein powder, as an example. Just because a portion is big doesn't mean it's calorific enough. And what I mean by this is you need to start eating calorie dense foods. So foods that contain many calories in as little volume as possible. Now, I'm not saying eat chocolate, eat pizza. You want to keep it healthy, but keep it calorie dense. And what I would suggest on a calorie density scale is a meal is calorie dense if it starts at anywhere from 600 calories at the absolute lowest to anywhere from 1000 to 1100 calories. The reason why I wouldn't go below 600 calories is because you're not eating enough calories and you're just being inefficient. Or if you're eating over 1100 calories and you're going to consume way too many calories at once, your stomach isn't going to be able to digest it all at once, therefore you're not going to be able to use the nutrients efficiently, therefore it's probably going to store as fat, and we obviously don't want to do that. Eat meals anywhere in that calorie density scale and you should be a-okay to go. If you have enjoyed this video, a like and a comment would genuinely go such a long way. Now if you want to stay around for more videos like this, then making sure you drop a subscription will genuinely go a long way. If you want to go to the next level through making sure you avoid these 3 things through the frameworks that I would provide to you that are tailored to your current situation, then I'm going to leave an application to one-on-one coaching in the top link in the description down below. So that's all I've got to say. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye.